Hi, family. Welcome to the Janie Flores Live Show. We're celebrating 5 years being on the air, on radio, Facebook Live, Zoom, and now YouTube. A big thank you to our audience for keeping us company on the journey as we have had fascinating conversations with over 350 guests to date and more to come. Last week, we culminated Women's History Month by honoring 26 exceptional women who lead across generations. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, AARP South Florida, Florida Venture Foundation, the Latin American Business Association, and Buena Vida Media for supporting our initiative, and congratulations to the 26 honorees. I would definitely recommend that you watch the show on Facebook Live, on my Facebook Live page, or on YouTube. It was a very spirited conversation with the honorees who participated. It was wonderful to connect with these amazing women, and I learned a lot. And I know that you will as well. And we're going to continue that conversation. It was so good. And we want to make sure that we continue talking about women in leadership, women, our sisterhood, the legacy that we're leaving for future generations. So stay tuned, because we'll be bringing more conversations of that nature. So listen, earlier today, we had a breakfast event with 10 business women at Miami-Dade County, Hialeah, in Miami-Dade College in Hialeah, sponsored by Florida Venture Foundation as part of their business outreach program. If you remember, last year, at the end of the year, we started an initiative called Accelerate 2022. And this is the second part of that. We met with these awesome women. They had so many questions, and we were happy to provide information for them on how they can connect with Miami-Dade County, become certified so that they can do business with Miami-Dade County. I've mentioned this before in this program, but last year, Miami-Dade County passed a budget of $9 billion, people. So that means there's plenty of opportunity for all of us to be able to do business with them. You have to get certified, of course, and that's what the event was about today, helping them to understand what the process was. It's not difficult. It is time consuming, but it can be done, and Florida Venture Foundation is right there to hold you by the hand and direct you through the process so that you can become certified with Miami-Dade County. So thank you very much to the 10 amazing women who joined us today. It was a wonderful discussion. Lots of love going on, lots of cafecito, lots of pastelitos. You know the deal. It was a lot of fun. So listen, so today we have a great program for you. We will be welcoming Marie Woodson, Florida State Representative from House District 101. And we are going to welcome Louis Hernandez Jr., the CEO and founder of For a Brighter Foundation. And they are hosting fundraising events. So we're going to hear all about it. We're going to learn a little bit more about what this organization does. And we're going to meet Louis Hernandez Jr., the CEO and founder. And Marie, we are going to be so happy to have State Representative Woodson back on the show with us. She was instrumental in passing 2 bills in this last legislative session. So congratulations to her, and we're going to hear all about it and how it's impacting our community for good. And so listen, just to talk a little bit about, just to recap what happened last week with Women Who Lead Across Generations, and why it's so important to make sure that women are in leadership positions, in positions of authority. You know why? Because we reach out to others. We bring other women along with us. And it's definitely important to be able to do that and to continue to help one another grow, whether it's in business, whether it's family, whether it's in nonprofit organizations. So many women taking leadership roles And so we want to encourage that. One of our honorees, as you know, was Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, who sent us a beautiful, beautiful message last week. And she definitely is someone that we have to celebrate, because she is the first woman mayor of Miami-Dade County, and that is exciting. Now, you guys know I have issues with Zoom and I have issues with the technology sometimes, but I am going to try to play, to connect the short video that she sent us, which was very good. So I'm going to share screen and let's see how well I do here.
Hello, my name is Daniela Levine Cava, and I am honored to serve as Miami-Dade County's first woman mayor. I may be the first, but I'm confident that I will not be the last. Somewhere in our county right now is the next woman mayor. She's developing her values, growing her skills, and cementing her determination to lead this county. It's especially appropriate here in Miami-Dade, since we hold the proud distinction of being the only major city in the United States founded by a woman, Julia Tuttle. I hope that through my time in office, I'm able to demonstrate to all the young women and girls of our community that there are still glass ceilings to be broken and that they can do anything. As mayor, I'm working tirelessly to even the playing field and promote equity in government and across our community. Time and time again, we hear about inequities that persist throughout our institutions and the unending attacks on women's rights. Now more than ever, we must advocate for all women, and we must prepare our girls and young women to succeed in a changing economy. Gender should not be a barrier for anyone to achieve anything. Our residents are seeing for the first time a new kind of leadership. I'm demonstrating every day that there are many ways to be a strong mayor, leading with consensus and compassion. Thank you to Janie Flores and the entire nominating committee for highlighting me during Women's History Month. And congratulations to the other honorees. There is really no bar too high for the women of Miami-Dade. Adelante.
As Mayor Levine Cava said, there is no bar too high for the women of Miami-Dade County. Thank you so much, Mayor. We loved your message. We really appreciated you sending that to us, and we would love to have you on the show so that we can explore a little bit more about women in leadership and all of the things that are happening in Miami-Dade County, all the good things that are happening in Miami-Dade County. So listen, the next thing that we want to talk about as well is the Youth Achievers Program. Now, you know that I have shared information with you on that previously. Again, it's an organization, it's an initiative headed by the Florida Venture Foundation. And, you know, the Florida Venture Foundation is a nonprofit organization who, through these outreach programs, assists businesses and youth in again, registering as vendors with Miami-Dade County and helping youth at risk through these programs. They are funded. The contract is funded through Miami-Dade County. They're funded by Miami-Dade County to do this initiative. And it's been really just a very interesting experience to be able to work with young people to help give them these life skills, practical life skills, so that they can succeed in their academic career and be set up so that they become successful in their business career, their working career, once they start working. And so really, it's something that we really enjoyed doing. We're going to continue to do it more. And we are going to be reaching out to you. We're going to be, listen, friends, you know that whenever there is an opportunity to help our youth, to help our women, I'm going to reach out to you so that you can also be a part of that. It's all about helping one another. It's all about lifting one another up. And that's who we are as Janie Flores Live. That's who we are as Buena Vida Media. And I just want to make sure that you are also participating, or any of your young people are participating in these Youth Achievers initiatives, because when they complete these 4 workshops, excuse me, when they complete the 4 workshops, they get $250 for tuition. That is amazing. When I was in college, I could definitely have used $250. Hey, I could use $250 right now. So this is a great opportunity for them. And I hope that when I reach out to you, that you will join me in helping to encourage these young people to become part of this Youth Achievers Initiative so that they too can benefit from this, this micro grant that we are giving them. So I just wanted to let you know about that as well. And so that you could be participating in that, or Representative Woodson.
Let me tell you, it's been a day. I sincerely apologize. You know which link they have? The link from last week. And then
Yes,
this one to my phone, and we were trying to copy it from the phone, paste it to here. And unfortunately, one of my staff as well, her husband died, my secretary.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear
2 days
that.
ago, which means then I have another one who got another job in another department making more money. So we like.
Oh, that's the name of the game now.
Exactly. But you know, women, we're going to make it happen. So I sincerely apologize to you. We're going to make it happen.
We're just so happy that you were able to connect. And we're so grateful to welcome you back to the program. Thank you so much for joining us. And listen, you have great news for us because you passed not one, but 2 bills in this last legislative session. Great bills that are really impacting our young people, especially. So we want to hear all about that. We want to hear how this legislative session went. And oh, by the way, congratulations. You were one of our Women Who Lead Across Generation honorees.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Let me tell you, what a pleasure for me to sit here with you, talking to your viewers. What an amazing job you are doing. If you remember, when we met, you and I met way back. We have been friends for a long time, but we met about my campaign, if you can remember as well, where you are giving me all those good advices, women to women. We sat down, we had lunch, and here we are today. You're doing what you love to do the most, providing information to all the, not just women, to families, men, whoever is listening. But this is some great work that you are doing, and I'm grateful as well and thankful to be in the seat that I'm. As you know, I got elected in 2020, last year, so it's not even 2 years yet since I got elected, and last year was my first session in the state legislature. So I'm grateful, first of all, to be in the seat, and also I'm grateful to be occupying one of those 120 seats only in a state, and I have the chance to be one of those state representatives in Florida, our beautiful state of Florida. So I'm so grateful. Yes, I got elected. I went to the state legislature last year, and I'm pleased to say I passed a total of 5 bills. 3 last year, 3 last session, and 2 this session. But we will talk about the 2 that I passed this session, as you said. So is that what you want me to talk about now?
Yes, I want to talk about that because one of those bills in particular is very important. It affects young people, especially young people who are aging out of the foster system. And I know that that's something that you've been very passionate about for a very long time. I remember our conversations and how you wanted to make sure that that's something that you were doing, that there was something that we could do for them. And I'm so proud of you and so thrilled that you were able to accomplish this during this last legislative session.
Yes, thank you so much again. Yes, I passed House Bill 1577, titled Homeless Youth. And I would tell you, like you said, this is something that I'm very passionate about. As a public administrator for Miami-Dade County, I used to work as well in the juvenile court, where I used to see those young people living foster care. And what used to happen, they would give them $50 in a plastic bag that contained their clothes, and they are thrown out there in the world. Now, you're talking about kids that have been bounced from one home to another, kids in the foster care system, never had the family support that most kids get to enjoy, never really have a structure where they would know certain things. And here we are, we're throwing them out in the world, telling them, hey, you 18 years old, you need to be on your own. So from that time, when I was in county government, working in the juvenile court, I've always said, whenever I have a chance to make an impact, those foster care kids will be one of my top priorities. And I took it very serious when I got into the legislature to work to continue to make better changes in order for those kids to become self-sufficient. So this bill, actually, the idea of this bill came from a group of young people who knew that my passion was homeless youth as well. So I started working the bill, and I have to say, I had so many people who were so adamant about this bill, wanted to see this bill pass. And I can mention one of my colleagues from the other side, Representative Demi Buceta Cabrera, as well, who is on the other side, who worked with me as well in order for us to get this bill passed. This bill, basically what it does, it requires of the state to provide the support system that the kids need in order for them to be able to succeed in life. For example, I would give you an example. When they leave the foster care system, they don't have a birth certificate. They need to have access to a birth certificate that would allow them to get the other type of IDs that they have. So now the state is going to require to make sure they provide them with the ID, because not only they don't know, they might not have, they don't have the money either to go and pay for this driver's license, to this birth certificate. They don't have a driver's license either. The state's going to require to pay for a driver's license for them. All the support, if they want to go to school, they're going to make available all the resources that are available in the community in order to give them the head start that they need. So this was really a winner for me when it comes to this bill, because this is something that I really wanted to do, and we have so much more work to do as well. And along the way, I have met some good people who believe in the system. I have, for example, Jack Levine, who has been doing a lot of work in this field. He's a big advocate for kids and families as well. So one thing that happened when you are in the system, not only you have the access, but you also meet some other advocates like you, like me, who really want everything well for those kids. So it's a teamwork effort, but I'm glad to say, yes, that's one of the bills that I passed. And I'm still working in order to provide even more resources to those kids that we know that they need, because homelessness is real.
It is real. It is real, and it is real in Miami-Dade County in South Florida, and we must acknowledge that. We must acknowledge that there is a problem here. And as we've seen in the news and the media, rents are skyrocketing. It's unbelievable. So many women, families are being impacted by, these exorbitant prices, rental prices, and they're being priced out of Miami-Dade. So this is definitely something that that has to be discussed, has to be talked about. And again, congratulations. I know that this was a passion project for you, and I really admire what you said, that even legislators from the other side were you worked together with them. There was bipartisan support for this bill, and it passed. And but that's you. You're able to work with everybody.
That's important, Janie, because every single Democrat and every single Republican voted for this bill. It was unanimous support, bipartisan support, and it was great. And I have to mention something quick that you mentioned, Miami-Dade County. The homeless issue in Miami-Dade County is real, but I have to credit someone who has done so much. As you know, my background is in public service in Miami-Dade County, actually. And we have Ron Book, who has done so much work with the homeless issue that they had in Miami-Dade County. Affordable housing is a crisis, but homelessness, he has taken Miami-Dade County from a total of 8,000 homeless people in the street to like 700. And he has worked with other allies, but he has been the person who have really taken homelessness in Miami-Dade County to the next level. So I just wanted to say that, because you have to give credit where credit is due.
Absolutely. I would love to meet him and have him on the show so that he can tell us a little bit more of the work that he's done and what the future holds, for our families in Miami-Dade County. I think that so many of us are concerned about that. And what is it that we can do? How is it that we can make this situation better? It's just heartbreaking to see so many young families in particular be impacted by these rentals that are just like unbelievably high. And we heard the stories, people, from 1 month to the next, their rent was raised 300%, 600%. What do these people do? Where do they go if they cannot afford to pay those new rentals? So definitely we need to continue to talk about it. Thank you very much, Representative Woodson, for continuing to bring that to the forefront. This particular bill is definitely something that we need. Now tell us about your second bill. What was the second bill that passed?
Thank you so much, Jenny. My second bill has to do with a major issue that we had as well. It's a tax abatement bill. It's called Abatement of Taxes for Residential Dwellings rendered uninhabitable by catastrophic event. And basically that bill is House Bill 71. What this bill does is, you saw what happened in Surfside. Yes. Where we had the collapse of the building where a lot of families lost their home, lost their... So that issue was heart-wrenching, but more so, I have a lot of constituents sometimes who would call me and say, well, my house was burned down or something happened to my house where I couldn't live in it for, like, let's just say half of the year. Mm-hmm. Let's just say right now, for some reason, your house got destroyed by an act of God, not anything of your own, anything of your fault. Right. So what like this bill would do, like exactly, right now in Florida, if something like that happened, you still have to pay taxes for the entire year, even though you could not live in that home, let's just say for part of the year. You couldn't live in the home for like 6 months. So what my bill would do, my bill seeks to prorate your tax bill for you to pay just for the amount of time that you were able to live in that home and don't have to pay for the time that you couldn't live in the home. Just think, you're dealing with losing your home, and here again, you have a tax bill to pay for the entire year. So this bill really is an abatement of taxes where they would prorate your tax bill for you to pay for whatever time you were able to live in that home. And I have to mention Marty Keir, who is the best property appraisers in the state of Florida, dear friend of mine, who was a state legislator as well, who worked with me so hard on this. Believe me, it's not easy to pass a bill, and it takes different players, not just different players, but the right players to give you the right information in order for you to fight to get those bills to the different committees, to present those bills, to try to convince other colleagues in order for you to get this bill to the floor to pass it. So I have to give credit to my friend Marty Keir as well for his help, in helping me to work on this bill in order to pass this bill and get it to the finish line. And both bills that are mentioned, that are passed, would impact the entire state of Florida. It's not just Dade, just Broward, it's the entire state of Florida. So this is what they sent me to Tallahassee, to work for the people. So once I get there, that's what I do. I work very hard, and my colleagues, I have some great colleagues as well who pass very good bills. But as freshmen, I have to say, I'm glad to say yes. I went up there and I did what I needed to do and come back and go back and do more.
That's right. Wonderful. Well, you have my votes. I love that tax abatement. That is fantastic. And, and it's creative as well. It's trying to find a solution for a situation that many people have faced here in South Florida. And as you said, the whole state, but in particular, sometimes you still see the blue tarps right down south. And so definitely that is something that has been needed. And thank you very much, Marie, for making it happen. Again, we're so proud of you. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear friend. I always love to chat with you. You know that. We love to talk. And
Yes.
hopefully we can do lunch soon where we can sit down and really talk about all those things that we talked about before.
Yes, lots of work to do, but you're on it. So, Marie, how can we follow you? How can we learn about some of the new initiatives that you're working on, perhaps some of the new bills that you want to start working on for the future? How do we follow you? How do we get more information?
More information, first of all, we have two offices, one in Tallahassee and one here. I would give first my office number and as well as the website that they can go on. My office number in Broward is 954-965-3700. Again, my number is 954-965-3700. But you can always you can send me an email as well at marie.woodson@myfloridahouse.gov. Again, my email is marie.woodson@myfloridahouse.gov. Or you can go to the House website at www.myfloridahouse.gov. www.myfloridahouse.gov, and you could see all of us in there, all legislators, including myself, and you can access all the information about the bills and all the great work that we all are working on.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, we celebrate you, we admire you, we respect you, we love you, and we love what you're doing for our community.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. And the feeling is mutual. It's the same. Kudos to you for the great work that you are doing to keep our community informed and well-versed of what's going on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marie. And we'll have you back on the show.
Thank you. Have a great evening and say hello to your husband, okay?
I sure will. Likewise.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Congratulations to your daughter. She just graduated, I saw.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she's graduating in May. Actually, we're going up there for the graduation in DC.
Awesome.
Yes, yes.
Wow, how time flies.
I know. I can't believe it's 4 years already. Thank you so much. And you look beautiful as usual.
Likewise, likewise.
Thank you. Thanks. All right. All right. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Bonjour. Bonsoir.
I love that. Bonsoir.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Well, that was our good friend, State Representative Marie Woodson, with fantastic news on these two bills that passed. And again, they're bills that are impacting the whole state of Florida, which is really, really important. And we really appreciate that. Now, I know we have our next guest in the waiting room. Let's see if we can connect here. Let's see here. Let's admit our guest, Louis Hernandez Jr. All right, he's connecting. And I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background, but hey, that's Miami, right? Hi, Louis, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Welcome, Louis, to the Janie Flores Live Show. So happy to welcome you to our show, and we're so excited about the wonderful things that you're doing through your foundation for a brighter future, and we want to learn all about it. Tell us a little bit more about this foundation. You are the founder and the managing director for a for-profit organization. I see you right behind you, Black Dragon. But this is the nonprofit, the foundation that you founded, and you're chairman of the board. So tell us a little bit about how that came about and what it does, especially for our young people here in South Florida.
Thank you, Janie. I appreciate you having me on. It's an honor, actually. I've heard your show many times, so thank you for having me on. Yeah, the foundation was founded a lot like Black Dragon. It was really born out of my own experience as a Latino boy growing up in Los Angeles with immigrant parents, growing up in not the best part of towns, and really, luckily we had, a lot of help from the community, from clothes from our church to food stamps to scholarships, and, made me appreciate and realize, how important it was for people to give a little helping hand to people who, would like it. And so my parents both became college professors. My father taught computer science. My mother didn't get her PhD until, I was a teenager. And so I saw her and knew her as a hardworking woman who was always going to school. She had no education when she came from Mexico. And so, our lives changed quite a bit once their careers took off, but I still had to go back to, the inner city Los Angeles to visit my grandmother every weekend, like any good Latin family, and, had a lot of cousins. And I saw the big difference between the way I was living and the way they were living, and also saw many of them slowly succumb to the pressures of inner city living, gang violence, drugs, incarceration rates. So, as when you're younger, you don't really think about it. But as I got older, I realized how important it was that I had good people in my life to help folks like me I was a good kid. I was a high performing kid, but I also had a lot of high performing cousins that just slowly were worn down by the lifestyle and the environment that they were in. And I thought, we really owe it to ourselves and to our communities to give back. And so we focus on greater Los Angeles, New York City, and Southern Florida, areas that have high concentration of diverse children who just need a leg up. We really focus on the 4 areas that I mentioned. Healthcare. This is really working with hospitals like Joe DiMaggio or Jack Nicklaus, where a lot of families who don't have health insurance use the ER as their primary care, and reimbursement rates don't cover it, or it puts them in severe financial jeopardy. So we work with hospitals to help those families. In education, we give about 15 scholarships, either lifestyle-based, meaning children of single parents, or military families, or field of study if you're pursuing a field in education or studies in healthcare, et cetera, the arts, anything with STEAM. We have leadership development programs. We have media lab programs. So I started this myself. I fund all the operations. So any donations go directly to the families themselves. And yeah, I've been lucky enough to be successful. We have some great sponsors who really help us to help as many kids as possible. So it all starts with underprivileged, underrepresented, high potential children. And we just try to put them in a position to be successful so they can do exactly what I'm doing and try to give back. And Southern Florida has been great for me and my family. So has the New York area. So has greater Los Angeles, where I grew up. And each of these communities have high concentration of underprivileged, underrepresented groups and people with financial stress on their lives. And that's the people we really focus on, Janie.
That is amazing. And I congratulate you on that, Louis, because we need more business people like you who care about serving our community and helping others climb up just like you did, as you shared with us. So Louis, you're hosting a celebration event on Thursday, April 7th, and you're raising funds for scholarships. Tell us a little bit about that event and what the scholarships are going to be for.
Sure, we have, that's right, it's April 7th. We can't wait to see you there. I'm sure you're going to look fantastic as always.
Thank you.
But it's at the Oasis. Really a revitalized part of Miami, which is symbolic of what we're trying to do. And we have entertainment, some great sponsors, a lot of fun, an auction, live auction, and an art exhibit there. We have some incredible sponsors to make it a fantastic event. We've announced many of them: Google, AWS. We're tech investors, so we have a lot of connections that way. ESI, and many others, 11 Vodka, and on and on and on. So we have a lot of food, great food, a lot of alcohol that's been donated. Oasis is a fantastic, very eclectic area, revitalized area in inner city Miami, you probably know. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's really called a celebration event because it's going to culminate our fundraising for the year. The scholarships, there's one called the Dr. Emma Larue Scholarship, was named after my mother, who's still living and will be there. I moved her here to Southern Florida when I moved here permanently. And it's for people pursuing careers in higher education. We have scholarships for people who want to be in healthcare or engineering or mathematics. And I tell you the stories, every time I worry about what's happening with the world and the youth, just read some of these stories of these children. And it's incredible and inspirational, the things they have to overcome just because they want to do better in life. So we try and help those kids. Like I said, it's about 15 scholarships annually. My sister, who's in the media business, she manages the scholarship committee on our behalf. The event itself is chaired by Tracy Shaw, former WWE executive, now president of a company called Digital Joy. And so it's going to be a fantastic event. Cowen is another sponsor, a big investment banking group. Greenberg Traurig, I'm trying to think of the ones who have local offices, huge law firm. Ackerman, big law firm locally, all supporting it. Should be a lot of fun, and I encourage any of your your listeners to attend, and I hope to see you there as well.
So let me ask you, speaking about attending, how can we participate, attend, donate? Where can we get more information about this particular event, and how can we reach out and help you with those scholarships?
Thank you. Yeah, we have a variety of programs, by the way: Media Lab, FinTech Innovation Lab, Ambassador Program. We need volunteers to help. We have a very active board, and so the best way is to go to www. I'm thinking of the Tracy's former employer, www.forabrightfuturefoundation.org. It'll discuss all of our programs, how to donate, how to get involved if you want to volunteer, and how to attend the event as well. And we'd love it if a lot of people could come and have a great time. And like I said, it's a celebration. We'll be announcing our total commitments for the year. The reason it's exciting, like I said, I cover all operational costs of the programs and of our staffing. So every single dollar goes directly to the programs, which is important. Yes. in not-for-profits and a critical metrics that people follow.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Well, we will definitely be there, Louis, and congratulations to you. And we will definitely spread the word. Are you on social media?
I am. Yeah. And also on the website, you'll see our social media links. Okay. Instagram, LinkedIn, all the other, Facebook, okay, etc.
Yes, we want to make sure to tag you and share this with our social media followers and our audience so that they too can start learning more about you, about this organization, and attend, participate. Listen, you know that in Miami, we always love a good party, and even more when it's for a good cause. So definitely. And thank you so much, Louis. I love hearing your story. Janie Flores Live, we've been on the air for 5 years, on radio, on YouTube now, streaming live, different platforms. But the reason we're on is you. Precisely for people like you. We want to hear the stories of multicultural entrepreneurs and the great contributions you make to this country. We help make this country, and you're one of those people. So thank you very much. Congratulations, and love having you on the program. And we look forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye now.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Louis. Very good. So listen, I will be there, and I definitely encourage you to be there. It's going to be April 7th. And again, it's at the Oasis, and you can get more information on their website at For a Bright Future Foundation. And congratulations to Louis and the fantastic work that he is doing. We've had 2 wonderful guests on the show today. I love me some Marie Woodson. She's fantastic, a woman that I definitely admire, respect. Many moons ago, we sat down over a cafecito, and we talked about her plans for the future, her vision for what she wanted to do and accomplish. And listen, it has come to pass. So congratulations, Marie. You're definitely making a difference where you're at. And Louis Hernandez Jr., congratulations as well. It's an honor to have met you, to have had you on our show, and we're definitely going to support him and all the fantastic work that he is doing. So listen, folks, that's our show for today. Once again, congratulations to the 26 amazing women who lead across generations. And we invite you to please tune in next Friday at 3:00 p.m. on the Janie Flores Live Show here on Facebook Live for another show where we have conversations with fascinating people. And listen, tune into our YouTube channel now. Yes, Janie Flores Live on YouTube. We're growing, starting to grow our audience there, and we want you to be a part of that. And listen, share. Share the links so that other people can watch the show, so they can watch this show. This was a good show. So thank you so much, and we will talk to you next week. Be blessed.